Hey, hey, we're live, but we do not seem to have a camera in operation, which kind of sucks balls, but we'll just roll with it. I think we'll roll with it. Let me just check YouTube, see what YouTube says. All this newfangled technologies. Oh. Alright, okay, so it says we're rolling. Happy days. So for this video, we're going to talk about Sandal, the dwarf, Bodan's boy. As soon as I see what's happening here, I just want to check, make sure everything's good. As soon as I see what's happening here, I just want to check, make sure. Yeah, okay, that'll do. Close enough. Right, so what has me thinking about Sandal? Before we even talk about him, we're going to talk about some rules, some things that we know are what's possible and what's not possible in Dragon Age. So, what we know for 100% certain, dwarves can't do magic. They can't do it. End of story. We also know that it's possible for spirits to leave the Fade and manifest physically in our world, in the world of Dragon Age and Thedas, because we see Cole do it in Dragon Age Inquisition. You know, they don't need to possess someone to take over a body. So if we have those two things together, then we'll have, when you meet Sandal in Dragon Age 2 in the Deep Roads, when you rescue him, quote unquote, well, he pretty much rescues himself. So when you ask him, you get this video. Well, and for some reason my audio is not working through the way it's supposed to be working.
Hello? Talk about dumb luck.
I'd really like to know how you managed to kill all of them.
Boom.
And how did you do that?
Not enchantment.
That's the bit. That's the key bit, right? So he told you that he used enchantment to take out the rest of the Darkspawn, and then lets you know that it was not enchantment that took out the ogre. So if it's not an enchantment, then he's clearly been fucking frozen in stasis of some description. That is magic. So now we have two things that can't be true. We either have a dwarf doing magic that can't be true, or Sandal isn't a dwarf. And if we can look back and see, like when you're creating your character in Origins and it tells you about dwarves not being able to do magic, Dagna tells you about it when you talk to her in Origins. First Enchanter Orsino tells you about it. And they're not just telling you about like modern day dwarves, they're saying no dwarf, period, ever in history has ever done a spell. So then if that's the case, then it must be the other one, that he's not he's not a dwarf. And the only out that I can see for if he's not a dwarf is he's a spirit. He's like Cole, and he came to this world and manifested himself. Now, why he would have done that, what kind of spirit he was, could be up for anything. Like, Cole is obviously a spirit of compassion who wants to help people. So, and out of all the other spirit names that we've had, I don't think Sandal fits into any of them. There was one thought that I had. Maybe he could be the formless one. He could be the fourth of the original demons, the forgotten ones. You know, when he took form and warned Bodan that they're coming, and we think that that meant the Darkspawn that were around the corner, but maybe he was taking form to warn people that the other three demons were coming. I think that sort of jives, sort of doesn't jive, but it could be worked on, you know, by people fucking smarter than I am. But yeah, so there's that. That's the main argument for him not being a human, or not being a dwarf and being a spirit. There's also an Inquisition when you're in the Trespasser DLC and in the Crossroads at the Shattered Library, I think it is. If you go around the back of it, you find a little enchantment crafting station and Sandal's diary beside it. Now, we know that dwarves can't be taken into the Fade because if your warden was a dwarf, it happened to him. It can also happen to Ogren in Origins and Awakening. So that is a possibility. Not you can't rule that out. But he also says that dwarves shouldn't be here, and it's unnatural for dwarves to be here unless Sandal's a spirit who can go between both. Anyway, that's just what I was thinking. I done this video as a stream because I didn't know how to share my screen just in a normal video. I'll need to figure that out because I've come in here and I can share my screen, but for some reason my camera has disappeared now. So we'll top this video out. It was just a wee thought experiment. See if anybody else is on the same wavelength that I'm on. Right, anyway, so we're gonna stop this abysmal excuse for a stream, and I might try and edit it as a video, and we'll see how I feel. I'm going to try and make it every Wednesday from now on. I'll put something on this channel, even if it's just me coming on saying hello for a minute and leaving again, just to get me into the rhythm of doing it more than anything. So, I'll see you next Wednesday.